Thinking about that concept of life stage changes and the fact that all of us as human beings go through these life stage changes, not life crises. It's not really a good expression. It feels very critical. The fact is, all of us, from the time we are born, are going through life stage changes. And I want to tell you more about that for you to sit and reflect. Because there's something about what happens when, in my partnership relationship, the two of us inevitably going through life stage changes, but the shift, the transition into a next life stage change isn't going to announce itself with a I'm in my next life stage change, watch out. It might be good, it might not be so good. We don't do that really. It just happens. It just crawls upon us, comes upon us. And so, what happens when something is shifting in one of us, but we don't have the insight and the knowledge and the understanding to realize it? But we've moved the goalposts in the relationship. And it's really difficult for the other person because they're still doing what they've always done in their interactions with you, but you've changed and you don't often realize it or see it. That can feel really unfair, like moving the goalposts without the trumpet announcement, which rarely do any of us do because we don't know it. And me, being me, living life how I do life, what's the problem? You're the problem. Maybe actually there's something to do with us. What's a life stage change? I often think that when we are really young, so many of us have aspirations for our lives and the different markers of achievement that we hope to have gained, have achieved at different points in our life. Now that sounds really complex, as if as children we map out our lives. Not really. It's only that in, for example, childhood play, and please forgive the stereotype, I don't mean to be sexist in any way, but so often a little girl just playing with other little girls, maybe for the short while that they played with dolls, and I know some of you didn't play with dolls, in those playing times, playing games with each other. Some of those games might be about Prince Charming, rescuing, coming to, falling in love, getting married, putting the dolls in wedding outfits. The two of you, two little girls, playing in dressing up wedding outfits, rehearsing in child play possibilities for your life. The boys, and maybe the boy type games, the tank, the cavalry, the troops, the little toy soldiers, the football, the professional football, the professional footballer. There's all sorts of ways in which we play out the adult patterns of behaviours and achievements for life in terms of capacity to earn a living from a particular thing. Now, what if something like that has actually got set up in our aspirations for the future, but we don't really know it? You see, it's much later in life, as we've got so much older, that the brain carries something about our hopes, dreams, aspirations, may still be carrying a form of template aspiration. We don't fully know it. We've shifted and moved on and gone into a relationship, had children, ditched the career, changed, done this, etc. Until at some point, the brain, without us even knowing it really, because this is at an unconscious level, seems to be bringing to the fore some of those aspirations, and we reflect and wonder, what happened? What happened? We don't seem to have been on target, in line, to have achieved, to be achieving some of those things we had hoped to achieve. Something might be taking place where we look at the life we have had on this planet, we're reviewing the amount of years of life we perceive we've got left on this planet, and we're thinking about what we have achieved to date and actually what we have not achieved to date. Now, all that sounds like we just one day sit down and have these very conscious, logical, cerebral cortex, pre-cortex, logical thinking. Well, it's not really how it looks for a lot of us. We're just getting on with life, and things just trigger. Maybe watching a movie, maybe noticing a friend that you haven't seen for a long time and realizing the roles that they are in, the things that they achieved, and you were in a similar place to them back there, and now you have a mirror for your life as to achievements, disappointments, losses, and that can trigger us into a life stage change. Here's an article entitled Life Stage Adjustments, A Journey Across Life. There are some really clever psychoanalysts who have given us a lot of knowledge based on research, Freud and many others. So we know there are life stage changes as a part of childhood development that we all go through. That is a life stage change. The different ages of changes we go through in childhood. Never thought about that as a life stage change? It is. And we continue into adulthood. Some of them are quite pronounced, quite obvious. Many are less so. And don't anybody dare suggest a particular person is in a life stage change, because we see that as negative, and yet it's about a life. It's about a life's journey. I think often our adverse reaction is because people call it midlife crises. It's not a midlife crisis, it's just another next marker in life stage development that marks a change, a shift. Single, but want to better understand why? Preparing for marriage and want to give it your best shot. Perhaps you're in a partnership, a couple, and want to address some issues. Maybe it's a marriage, but it just ain't working too well. Are you a couple, but know it could be better? Consider a diagnosis, a form of MOT for the relationship. Want to limit passing on the stuff to the children, because we know that childhood development really does impact the shaping of us and how we go on to do adult life. Want to maximize the quality of your relationship. Perhaps communication just definitely is not working well. Conflict needs managing, needs resolving. Sex, the first casualty when there is conflict, may be something of a sense of a mismatch, but there are definitely some problems in sex. Maybe you're long time married and you've settled, but you know you haven't settled for good enough. Consider the Kairos Center video on demand program. In that program, you'll cover a lot of topics from A to Z, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home at your leisure, and have some periodical homework review sessions with me from time to time at your leisure. Maybe you would prefer secure webcam where one of you or both of you come for maybe weekly sessions. There's something for everyone in the Kairos relationship program. Contact me today. Whether you're in a partnership, a marriage, these things are true. Marriage is not the coming together of two people. It's actually a clash of two cultures, two experiences, two memories, two habits, two morals, two values. And that is a formulation for destruction, says Dr. Miles Monroe. Also, Dr. Creflo Dollar has said, marriage is the place of our healing. Don't leave it too quickly. And if I add a little bit extra to that, you're destined to repeat the problem. So why not work through this partnership in order to address the issues, which is more about me than the other person, and then make an informed decision about what you do for the future of the relationship. Send me a message. It's time to get your quality of life and relationship back on a proper footing.